Chinese investment in Zambia. From Livingstone to Nakonde, Mongu to Chipata, Chinese influence is etched in our infrastructure. It's rare to tell a story of infrastructure development in Africa without mentioning China. Chinese funding is easier and faster because it comes with less conditionalities. That's a common justification as the country acquires loans, grants, and signs state agreements, which have given the country a new face. These grants, loans, and other bilateral partnerships in construction and infrastructure development have, over the years, opened up other investment opportunities for the Chinese in manufacturing, the extraction industry, including cultivation and export of precious Zambian timber. China is simply inevitable. As infrastructure grew, so did cultural presence. Chinese businesses, leisure hubs, casinos, massage parlors, and eateries, all blended in Zambia's urban landscape.
China has invested a lot in Zambia. The mining industry, we have major mines operating in Zambia. In terms of processing, China is also very big at that. We've also seen China invest in the manufacturing sector, the construction sector. Houses as we know them were not going to be possible without Chinese businesses.
With a boom in infrastructure facelift for the copper-producing nation, Beijing continued to record a huge return on investment. The country's infrastructure is on a steady growth. The earth underground continues to vibrate as mines extract copper and other minerals for export, which is Zambia's main forex earner. On the surface, everything seems fine. But beneath the paved roads, infrastructure, and massive investments in the mining sector lies a troubling reality, a ripple of scandals and tragedies. What happens when promised prosperity comes with hidden costs? The Kafue River, stretching over 1,000 kilometers across the heart of Zambia, is not only a source of hydropower generation for the country, it is an artery of the nation, serving nearly 60% of Zambia's population. From rural fishing villages to the bustling capital city of Lusaka, more than 5 million people depend on this river for drinking water, agriculture, and life itself. On 18th of February 2025, Zambia woke up to a slow-moving catastrophe. A massive tailings dam gave way at one of the mining companies, unleashing over 50 million liters of acidic, toxic mining waste into Mwambashi River and eventually into one of Zambia's most precious lifelines, the Kafue River. What followed was one of the worst environmental disasters in the nation's recent history. Fish floating to the surface, dead. Livelihoods collapsed overnight. Crops shriveled.
Aba bantu bulimi nabonaika tabakalime muri biri muri aya mabala ico ningalomba ko kubuteko cyakutila bafuile batupela kwa malayi mutu aisaitira mu mabalomu chimbicha la konkapo bafuile baba compensated ukubapele ndalama ishakutila bashita mwefile fwayi kwa pakuti bulimi ubutunguluke.
As Zambia faces the aftermath of this disaster, questions arise. How could this happen? What does this mean for the millions who call this river home. And most importantly, who must be held accountable. Sino Metals is a subsidiary of Luansha Mines China Non-Ferrous Metal Mining Company, a Chinese state-owned enterprise engaged in development of non-ferrous metal mineral resource and construction projects for the Asian economic giant. We are in Kalulushi, on the Copperbelt province of Zambia. We take a drive to the scene of the accident as the company corporate affairs official explains how it all happened.
This tailings dam is basically where the incident started from. If you can see just on the red portion there, that's the portion that was vandalized, where the HDPE material was cut off. And the period that was happening, if you remember, we had quite some heavy rain between January and February. And the cutting of the HDPE material compromised the strength of the dam. This is a dam on its own, right? There's another dam there. But then, because there's a wall in between, when the wall is weakened, it collapses.
It affects the next one.
The flow goes into the next one. Right. But then they have a design capacity.
Right.
Okay? So the next dam could not hold the flow from this one. Right. So it also got weakened. Right. So that's basically where the problem started. And it ended up bursting the first one now, which is A. Then it was 50,000 cubic meters in total that escaped from this system. You can see there's some remaining already. So 50,000 escaped, 20,000 was retained in our pollution control dam, and then the remainder is what went all the way up to downstream. So the challenge that we have is that there's a lot of intrusion into the dams. It's not an excuse.
But when you say the cuttings of this material, what exactly do you mean? Who cuts it and where does it go?
You know that we have got communities living around the mine. The communities are using this to roof their houses. The part that was vandalized has remained like that because there's an active investigation going on.
Right.
That's why we haven't yet covered that part.
Sino Metals insists it did everything within its means to prevent the accident and to minimize the damage afterwards. This, they say, will be proved after the private company hired to conduct an investigative analysis finalizes its report, which at the time of this documentary was still being awaited. In a rare gesture of transparency, Sino Metals accepts our request for an exclusive interview with the highest-ranking official, the company chairman. Mr. Wang remorsefully takes responsibility of the damage.
So far, what we know, according to our preliminary internal investigation, is mainly due to the heavy rain and the illegal bids who has vandalized the HDPE liner.
Don't you have a team of people responsible for that department to monitor every now and then to see that,
Yes, we have the security system in databases patrolling the tanks, which covers 24 hours.
So this happened suddenly. It means they were not able to detect the cracks until the accident happened.
You know, if people just illegal vandalize the HDPE liners, it's difficult for the security to fight the specific damage part.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have other tailing dumps elsewhere?
For Sino Metals, we only have the tailing dumps in the licensed area.
So you don't have anywhere else, the tailing dump?
Yeah.
It's just here.
Yeah, out of our licensed areas, we don't have.
Do you also buy some of this material from maybe freelancers, other people who mine elsewhere, and then they bring it for you to buy the concentrate which you smelt, or everything that you process is produced by China and non-ferrous?
Yes, we are buying the outside material from outside, but just a few part of it.
Okay. And these people who are selling to you, the freelancers or the suppliers, are they also licensed, or you are not involved in where they get this?
According to my knowledge, they are licensed.
Right. What specific assurance have you given to the government about what you are doing in this particular?
As you are aware, after the occurrence of the incident, by following the guidance from the government, first of all, for us is to conduct an environmental impact assessment. And also the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of the Fishery and Livestock also conducted, right now, without the completion of this assessment, for looking after those potential affected stakeholders, the management has already made the arrangement to donate some commodity goods to, for example, Kalushi district. So far, we've done 3 times donation, which include the drinking water, mini meal, cooking oil, and financial assistance. Yeah.
When you say drinking water, you mean to the entire population in the catchment area? Every person in the community has received water from you during this period?
Just after the accident, we supply the domestic water and the drinking water to the affected communities. As I mentioned, the Ministry of Agriculture, they are also conducting the assessment in the same process. So for those areas who have been potentially affected with supply with the drinking water and domestic water.
Do you think it has been enough, what you were supplying to the people?
This effort will be a continuous.
And you also said some money as well.
Yeah, financial assistance.
What kind of assistance is this, and who were you targeting in giving this assistance? Was it the people directly, the local government, the council? How were you doing it?
Yeah, first time we hand over to the government authorities. The third time we just distribute the financial assistance directly to the residents.
Okay. How much would you say you have spent on this compensation exercise, both in terms of monetary and goods like water, cooking oil, mealie meal? Are you able to quantify that?
For me, I'm not direct involved in the same. I don't know exact figure.
Is it in millions of kwacha? Less? You are the chairman. I'm sure you would have an idea. You are approving.
Yeah, so far, the approximately it could be more than 1 million.
More than 1 million. Are you agreeing with the government that people should not consume?
Yes, that is the fact. The fish is contaminated by the acidic water. People should not eat it.
Mr. Wang, has the government sanctioned you for this yet? Have you gotten any sanctions from the government?
Yes, that is the truth. So far, we got the sanction from the my safety department and I'm not sure whether it is from Wama or from the Zima.
Mm-hmm. What kind of sanctions has this been? What kind of sanction has the government imposed on you?
Just a penalty.
A penalty. And has that penalty been settled?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Was it pence, the penalty, or it was just a small?
No, it's paid for.
It's painful.
Yeah, it's paid for.
Were you worried at some point to say, this is what has happened, maybe we might lose our mining license? Were you worried about what was the government going to do about this whole problem?
Just according to the recent communication with the government authorities, I have realized the government still support the Sino Metals in terms of the investment, in terms of the contribution of the taxation plus the benefit to the communities.
Let's talk about the Chinese government. What has been the response from the Chinese government over this development?
This is out of my duty. I'm sorry if
you're not able to comment on that. Yeah. The reason why I ask is because the people of Zambia believe that China as a country has a lot of knowledge and skill on how to not just prevent this, but to contain the problem in terms of cleaning up.
I can only tell you, for us, the Sino Metals, we are confident to manage all these issues.
You don't need any help from the government, your government?
Yes, we need the help from the government. Yeah, we must work together with the government.
Have you reached out? Have you asked for any kind of help so that you are assisted?
So far, we are just following the guidelines of the government.
Right. Both governments, Zambia and China, or just the Zambian government?
So far, we are working with the Zambian government.
Right, okay. Would you be okay with suggestions from Zambia that they want to see China more involved? Why are you not able to get that? We have a lot of confidence in the Chinese government, and we believe that they have the experience and the expertise. We are hoping that you can engage them and ask them for help. Are you able to do that, as the Zambian people are asking?
Sino Metals actually as a Chinese invested company, I think for us, we are able to manage these issues.
Away from this office, communities are devastated.
Bantu yali nishita ya kupumikisha abantu ya bulokwishiwa bwino finshi file chitika kusamona fye acid nayo na ulaisa binalifwa abantu baisa tubongwangu batu butukila baisa ndati mumana uli contaminated muli poison muli acid sabili onse ilifile mukamana mwilya muleke fye fibola ifo fine fiona ike.
According to experts, the damage caused by Sino Metals accident is not only limited to the water, but the soil as well, because acid percolates into the ground, leaving a longer-term impact on agricultural activities along the banks of the affected water bodies.
Baposa acid muli mwambashi. Kuli maini mukalushi bali isala na lemo na Mairopa TV. Na bena kuli ababika mukamanaka nono. Helo aisi yaisa ingira mu mwambashi. Mwambashi yatwala kukafuwe. So kuli amabala yaba nesu kuli abali mupepi na ifu kuli. Oko tuika la ifu. Mabala nayo onaika. Takwa boku nwamensi mufishima. Fia nifili mupepi no mwana fiauma. Agale tuwalele yako notu sabitu minzenga tulia. Ino isata kwa wa. Tauteti muzanga akasabi. Shose fyali fwa kuli asindi. So tuli mbuafi yechi nefi. Sishibe ubuteko inga kuti batu wafilisha nchilashi. Uliona mmonagala ya mabala yonsi. Efe ya ona ika mabala ya batu. Uli ubuafi ya mwana wandi. Tatuishibe oko tukekala ni kwisa. Pantu kuno. Aba wonsa aba onika mabala. It will take 10 to 15 years. Kwa buloku byala nangu chimu. Ngaba byala chigoma. Noma ngaba pera 50,000. Ikaba fisha muli 10 years baleli.
Kafue River, the lifeline of Zambia, now poisoned. As you watch this documentary, the investigation into the dam accident has not even been concluded. And yet, a new report of another contamination has just been released. The Kafue River waters are now changing color. But the government is not in a position to reveal the company that is responsible. Away from official Chinese state-owned corporations is a list of other private investors cited for disregarding environmental regulations. These have a way of getting around laws and state regulations to secure their interests. Even when deported, they always find their way back. Avocado Mining Limited. Apart from the fact that it is difficult to locate this mine because there is no signage pointing to its address, there are three key problems with this investment. Defiance is number one.
It was established that a company by the name of Avocado Mining Limited has been discharging these fumes within Kalulushi district without approval from the Zambia Environmental Management Agency. The House may wish to know that Avocado Mining Limited is a holder of a mineral processing license granted in 2019 and valid until 2034. Further, the Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development established that Zambia Environmental Management Agency cited Avocado Mining Limited on 31st October 2024 for a number of environmental breaches. Madam Speaker, the major breaches that the Zambia Environmental Management Agency cited the company for are as follows. A, implementing a project for which an environmental impact assessment is required without conducting the actual environmental impact assessment. And B, discharging a contaminant into the environment without an emission license. Madam Speaker, on the 4th of November 2024, ZEMA further issued a compliance order directing Avocado Mining Limited to cease all operations until further notice by ZEMA. In addition, on 8th November 2024, the Mine Safety Department suspended operations of the same company as it did not have a qualified appointed manager. Madam Speaker, as I deliver this statement, the operations at Avocado Mining Limited remain suspended until the breaches cited by the two institutions, namely ZEMA and Mine Safety Department, have been attended to.
But the Chinese company did not stop.
Minister, ZEMA had first written to Avocado Mining last year on the 4th of December 2023. I have a letter with myself, and they did not comply. On the 14th of October, ZEMA had rewritten to Avocado Mining, and they still did not comply. As I speak, I left the constituency on a Sunday, and the emissions were there. Minister, these mining companies are remitting their emissions and their waste in the streams. As we're speaking, we've had a lot of patients at Kalulushi General Hospital who have been affected by these emissions from last year. So, Minister, could it be that money has exchanged hands with those Chinese? That's why they're failing to close up the plant in question.
The pollution had a severe impact on the health and livelihoods of the community, with cases of respiratory illnesses, including 11 pupils at Chavuma Secondary School collapsing from a sulfur dioxide leak. While the minister insists, on one hand, that the government has shut down operations at Avocado Mine, his mining cadastre department has only recently approved the renewal of mining license for Avocado Mine. One hand of the government is suspending while the other is renewing. This is the second problem. But there is a much bigger problem with this company: the investor himself. Mr. Chunghua Ma is a famous Chinese investor. With his brothers, they run a number of businesses, among them a company called Avocado Mining Limited. They buy copper and process it. But as revealed by the government, they do this business illegally while flouting environmental laws. As we explain in the next chapter, several Chinese mine investors buy copper ore cheaply from the black market, some of it stolen. Around 2016, Mr. Chingola was deported from Zambia after he was arrested in connection with the theft of copper belonging to a named mine. The circumstances surrounding his return to Zambia around 2019 are not clear, as the government record on this case have allegedly been expunged. How he had his deportation case overturned remains a mystery. But there is more to Mr. Chingola. In 2021, a truck ferrying copper for export was intercepted by criminals and the contents stolen. Records show that the copper was moved back to the copper belt within Kalulushi town at a yard belonging to Mr. Chingola. This led to Mr. Chingola's arrest and second deportation. But this was not for long. Mr. Chingola knew his way around Zambia. Soon after the new government took office, Mr. Chingola bounced back. As a matter of fact, he is seeking a permanent residence. But who do they sell this copper to? Chingola is elusive. But in this exclusive interview, his brother explains how the man who was arrested, deported in connection with copper theft, returned to Zambia to continue with his business.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, good.
Fine. Am I speaking to Mr. Jambi?
Yes.
Oh, okay. My name is Joseph.
Yes.
I'm a journalist from News Diggers, and I'm doing an investigation regarding the avocado mining and the closure by the government. I wanted to find out if I can talk to you about this.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I wanted to find out. I see that you actually applied for a mining license again in 2024, and it was approved. Yesterday, the minister was announcing the cancellation of avocado mining activities in Kalushi on the basis that you are not following ZEMA rules and guidelines. What is your comment on that?
Oh, okay. But for this one, I need to tell the operation manager to explain to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So may I tell someone my manager to call you?
Mm-hmm.
You know it better.
Okay. But you are the yes. you are the boss. You are the shareholder. So would you be able to explain if indeed you are involved in smelting of copper on the copper belt?
Yes, we are.
But do you have a permit for that?
Yeah, we have it there before. That's why we need to extend it to renew it.
But then they are saying that you are doing that against ZEMA regulations because you are polluting the environment.
No, we didn't do that.
So are you aware that the government cancelled your activities yesterday?
No, I don't know. You are the first one told me. My guys didn't tell me. Maybe they know it, but no one told me.
I see that you are partners with Mr. Ma in the business.
Yes.
And
yes.
Mr. Ma was deported from Zambia twice, actually. He is back in the country. This government has renewed his entry.
Yes.
Why are you doing business with Mr. Ma? I tried to call him on the phone, but it's not going through. Why are you doing business with a person who has such a record in the country?
Oh, you know, for partnership, we didn't consider what he did before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just still looking for a future and a partnership.
Right. And how do you manage to get your copper sold in Zambia? Because Mr. Ma has been accused of some criminal activities in the past, and so the name of your company is a bit dirty because of those activities. So who is getting your copper because of the bad name that you have with your business partner?
In fact, we have some company who have a contract with us buying our material from South and from Hong Kong.
Okay, so where do you sell here in Zambia, and who exports?
No, we export to Hong Kong or Shanghai in China.
Or you export yourselves directly?
Yes.
Okay, and you have those export permits, and you pay your taxes?
It's already expired. A long time we didn't export copper now. That's why we need to apply for the mining license, for all the processing license also.
Okay. Is it true? Some people say that you mostly pay politicians in order to get your way around your businesses, and sometimes you even pay ministers in order to get around this. For example, a person has been deported twice and then comes back into the country. How is that possible without, corrupting someone, without paying a bribe?
No, we didn't do that. We just following the law, and we appeal from our right. We have the right to appeal for what happened before.
Right.
To prove we are not a criminal.
Okay.
Yes, we are also only the businessmen who want to doing the business here in Zambia.
Would you say that there are no other activities that you are doing apart from mining?
No, we are the only smelting and the mining also. Only.
That's all. Okay. What about at the bank? I hear from my sources that you are actually depositing huge amounts of money and exporting that money back to China. Those amounts of money that you are depositing, where is the money coming from? Is it coming from your mining activities, or where is the money coming from that you are depositing in your bank account?
No, in fact, we're doing some trading business for copper before. We are buying material also here, mining here, we smelt here. We export the copper out for the country.
Right.
Like Hong Kong, like China. So after we sell it, we send the money to Zambia also. Then we continue to send money to return our business.
Right.
Yeah.
I was asking specifically for the money. When you deposit money, for example, in your accounts here, is it money from the sale of the minerals that you mine, or where does this money come from?
Deposit?
I mean, like when you go and deposit the money in your account and then the money goes to China, where does this money come from? Because you are mining here, so the money has to be coming to Zambia for mining, but the money is coming from Zambia going to China.
Yes, I'm from Hong Kong. When we selling material or some investor, we are still continue construction, more extend our company also. We only have a small smelter before. We smell the copper blister before, but we stop it because this business is a bit difficult. So we decide to extend to smell the copper concentrate.
Right. And tell me.
We just finished the project. I think a few months ago.
Correct. Tell me about the Zambians that you work with. There is a trend that while you own the business, you are the owner of the business as a shareholder. The records elsewhere, maybe in your transactions at the bank, you always put Zambians in front while you are in the background and you are not seen. Is that deliberate?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
It's my partner who doing that.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Ma know it better. My brother.
Oh, Mr. Ma is your brother?
Yes, he's my brother. He knows it better.
A press query is sent to the Ministry of Home Affairs seeking an explanation for the return of Mr. Chung Hua, who had been deported twice on criminal-related charges. The government is unfazed. The ministry says Mr. Chung Hua has the right to appeal any punishment slapped on him by the government in the past. Not far from Avocado Mine is Roxing Investment Company. 25-year-old Dixon Nyoni is an employee here offloading acid from a tanker truck, but without protective gear. When a discharge pipe snaps, it pours acid on Nyoni's body, causing him severe injuries and instant blindness. As he tries to stagger to the nearby water tap, he trips and falls into an acid spillage drainage, and his body bends beyond recognition. The family is devastated, but the Chinese company wants the matter settled outside court. A standoff ensues. What the family wants is too much. The Chinese are only willing to offer 450,000 kwacha for the life lost.
When family mentioned the amount, they said 4 million.
Okay.
So the Chinese refused and they suggested 450 and the family declined. I think that is where the whole matter is standing currently.
An inspection from the Mine Safety and Environmental Regulation Authorities finds horrifying evidence of law violations, including environmental damage. The company has been spilling acid into the Luela stream, another tributary of the Kafue River. Foreign-Zambian investment is ordered to shut down immediately. But the Chinese owners are defiant. Under the cover of night, operations continue. The spillage of acid into the Kafue River intensifies. On 3rd March 2025, police conduct a raid on Foreign-Zambian investment and arrest operations manager Lei Yan. The director, Yuan Li Ming, is also apprehended, but both are soon released on police bond. The corrosive influence of their money on the effectiveness of state institutions is glaring. They have unparalleled access to decision makers, making the institutions ineffective as they slowly get captured. A company violating local laws can be closed today and reopened tomorrow, exposing more Zambians to injury and death while leaving a long-term damage on the environment and the ecosystem. In the heart of Zambia's copper belt, the town of Chingola is known for its rich copper deposits. But beneath its wealth lies a dark, deadly secret. Here, illegal mining, fueled by the greed of foreign businesses, mostly Chinese, and the desperation of local miners, has turned this once thriving community into a valley of death. This is the story of Chingola's black copper, a tale of exploitation, death, and the unending pursuit for profit.
Badzinga maglini feka eka, not black, but quite a maglini feka eka. Yeah, 1.5.
These miners, often just teenagers, risk their lives every day. Driven by poverty and lured by the promise of a quick fortune, they venture into the unstable tunnels, knowing that each trip could be their last. Their quest for copper to sell to Chinese buyers who finance these illegal operations is relentless and deadly.
Ekuwendo kuno. Mase fotu. Dr. Wonfia, Udadi. Waria. Waria tata. Panyapa baka kwa masaka pare pona. Ekuwendo ku. Oh, ekuwendo tata.
Panshi. Kule yafe na mtamufsangire kule yafe mwari
vendra
yo namoneka
ndra so faramu
katocha twari pasi arebo aretima arefunya igirezi na rogirezi arevyo ikana west nishipadatara afika.
This is Chiwempala, a densely populated township where illegally mined copper is stockpiled in houses, sold to Chinese, and processed just in the backyard.
Some of these who are coming, my youth are always in power to Black Mountain, as you know. So, the social where they take their business, Chinese.
Okay.
They are their buyers. Gavale tamatiri walapima kudya. Gavale wapima palya. Wana wapata mashini ya sampling. Kuishwa grade ya kopa ko percent ilimoniation.
2%, 3%, 4%.
Kanopene kwa kile. Kalabu kanopene kwa.
Kalabu ko kaba. Kile kuri Chinese kule ko kaba kalabu abapima. Ero bawe watu so apimishana bela shwa. Damage yenga mashaka ene fo barashikishana kuri na percentage ya mawo barekere. Kairi mu ambe watola fefya kutora basa. So ili anomba ngabale tabasanga tia bitapari nefi.
Yeah.
Ndimulika 1%.
Nomba imwe tamushtabira apati ni 10% but muremo afyati ni 1%.
Wene babako kairi wene.
Hai.
Wene.
In this market, copper is king and human life is dispensable.
So like idibwe dimune monedi ni aigire.
Right.
Bajingana amukupimisha kulya bana bateba tilogire.
Aha.
So ngapali wako limbivire bintu byako wakwati at least Zambian government kuri uko tulepimisha yako then pakutola kuma Chinese na percentage.
Right.
Mwamona upato washalira ko byako pili mucharo switch.
So ngawaya panshi kwikala po how long before taulafuma?
Na wanu ikira kumana.
Pena wako. Amabwendo ayofo yaba. Amabwendo ayofo yaba.
Panshi pya pene.
Amabwendo ayofo yaba kalake lenga mwako mwana angira pai. Kata dikuti Afrika limbi na ngwati. Anja ground limbi kwa Afrika limbi kwa Afrika tipo ko. Kayadi yape kunani kan.
The Chinese businessmen at the center of this trade remain unfazed by the human cost. For them, it's a lucrative business, one that thrives on the desperation and danger that defines Chingola's illegal mines. Just over a year ago, tragedy struck the copper-rich soils of Chingola, Zambia. At Seseli mine, up to 36 illegal miners were buried alive after the weak walls of the tunnel caved in. Only one was pulled out alive, the rest dead, either on suffocation or on impact.
Tatuishi bapa berera abantu mwe bantu bakwa. Yonse in city. Indesa nika yonse in city.
Waisha. Lesa we mwini wa maka yonse nga na usuminishe miao kulala muno leka chilo mwa vile ufayo bobe.
Amen.
Ino kabila kwandi kwa kubanefi busa na kabili kunse.
Amen.
Elo echicha chitikana chitufinina.
Amen.
Maka Yesu twakwanishe.
Amen.
Twalomba febo kutwalira kuchito buchingo bobe mu bana bobe abalere muri shimishiri.
Amen.
Ababali apanga bali 9 nango 13 lesa twatira bafise mu mapindo y'abangeri bobe abankondo.
Amen.
Takuli ubwanga bonse nangule ekibambe chonse nangule ekisoka chonse kyalamine shimyo.
Amen.
Natila lesa wandi wala chipoka appetite.
Amen.
Mwishina ili akwa Yesu Kristo. Ngabu change shwa muntu nselesa lekenya lwe na imwe bamushiro. Lesa mwe bashira la paba na benitwala ile ino kutala liko 10 mandupwa. Wewe fibusa filmu wenchende tukumuneni filamba vya kumutima. Tukumuneni filamba vya kumupashpash tungatwa ile kula lumanyeshi na lieno. Tukoselesheni mweshikolo. Kristo Yesu tamwakatushe fweka mwatirenka la bana imwe.
Amen.
Ile ronse mkala tamtia mana male sa mwatirenka la bana imwe.
Amen.
Eko foyo wewe mfumo ubutwa iyo kuchikoma iwe sonde. Natila shina da bari chinna niko parishimyo abafada.
Amen.
Lesa wewe wetyo wala. Kristo ni mfumo ya shamfuma. Lesa tuwali watemenwa mafibusa Yesu. Lero na uchisuminisha. Let your will be done, O God. Lekati ya ufoyo wewe tuwa ilo kuchikoma mwelesa. Mwishina ya makeri ya kwa Yesu Kristo.
When death occurs, fingers point at everyone else but the profiteers. So the story goes that only the Zambian figurehead takes the fall.
Just like KCM transacts with Trafigura and London Metal Exchange engagement, so is the Senseli transactions. Senseli is owned by Zambian people. Among them is Mr. Shimba, and the other one is Mr. Mtali. And they own these licenses long before UPND came in place. It is them now who have engaged the Zambian youths in Chingola, working in collaboration with the Chinese who have got the equipment and the trucks to be selling to them. And that is how you see now those things moving there. But so, it's a narrative that you really have to understand. And these people have mentioned they are there. So when you go into the Senseli, the scooping and everything, it is happening in a legal way. However, it needs to be done better in a safe environment, devoid of child labor, among many other things. This perception that medias have and everything to say, as long as you are minister or MP, you are part of the illegality that is happening. When there is criminality, my hands are clean. I will never send anyone's child to go underground and risk their lives. But me as a member of parliament, I want to continue even to have community engagements to continue to talk to them about the dangers of going into those rat holes or self-made tunnels where we lost lives.
A query to the Zambia Environmental Management Authority yields no response after months of persistent follow-ups. But of course, off the record, sources reveal that the copper processing operations in Chiwempala are illegal. This is Brickfield Primary School, a government learning center located in Kalino area of Chingola constituency, where Commerce Minister Chipoka Mlenga is MP.
It's not every place where mining activities should take place, where copper processing and smelting should take place. I have seen in some areas which are designated to be farm blocks, and I've visited 2 of them, close to a school called Unclear Primary School, where when the students are raining, it is evaporating and it is producing to be an environmental hazard to the pupils. And I've told them this cannot go on and they should stop.
The school had to be closed and pupils sent back because of the fumes of toxic dust and smoke emanating from the nearby mining activities by a Chinese investor.
And number 2, those areas are farming blocks. They can never start processing copper in those areas. And what kind of process methods? I have seen, long before we took over office, going to Lulamba, going to Kasompe, going to Kanko, the copper process plants that they have set there have damaged the water table.
It's a story of power, money, and more money at all cost. The story doesn't end at pollution and illegal mining. Cybercrime, sex trafficking, tax evasion, Chinese-run cartels are thriving in Zambia's blind spots, spoiling the good long-standing relations between the 2 countries. Just about a year ago, 22 Chinese nationals pleaded not guilty to various cyber-related crimes in Zambia, despite being caught operating a highly sophisticated internet fraud syndicate. The Drug Enforcement Commission, headed by Nelson Banda, conducted a swap on the Chinese-run company following an alarming rise in internet fraud cases in the country, targeting people across the world. Close to 50 young Zambian school leavers, recruited by the Chinese-run Golden Top Support Services to be call center agents in the fraudulent activities. 22 Chinese at the center of the scandal are arrested and charged with various offenses, including manipulating people's identities online with intent to scam them. According to the DEC investigation, the Zambian school leavers had been tasked with engaging in deceptive conversations with unsuspecting mobile users across various platforms such as WhatsApp, Telegram, and others using scripted dialogue. 13,000 SIM cards are found on the scene, along with devices that could hack calls across genuine phone networks. 2 firearms, about 78 rounds of ammunition, are also found. Lin Xiangling, believed to be the director of the company, is charged with operating a network without a license, among other charges. Several of the culprits are deported after pleading guilty. But will they stay away from Zambia, or they will bounce back like Mr. Chung Wang? What started as whispers turned into cries for help.
He come here and say, right now you will go to Congo and you will work in Congo. I said, no, I will go only home. I'm not going anywhere. And she's like,
What is the name of this lady? And which country is she from?
She's from Chinese. China.
Oh, she's from China. So you are one of the people that she's captured in Zambia?
Yes.
Soon after the new government comes into power, an undercover investigation reveals a sex trafficking syndicate run by Chinese and Vietnamese nationals. This has been operating right under the noses of authorities in Lusaka. Yan Wu Chen, a Chinese national, and her partner, Nguyen T. Ming, were arrested after they were identified to be at the center of the sex trafficking scheme through a company called Pink Blue Investment Limited, operating in Lusaka's affluent neighborhood, Roma. At least 4 of the sex trafficking victims escaped captivity and explained to news diggers their horrific experience. Their boss, nicknamed Ling Ling, has been beating them up and subjecting them to inhuman treatment if they refuse to offer sexual services to their male clients. Ling Ling has been holding on to their passports to prevent them from leaving the country.
You today so I can go visa, so can go visa okay, good can go working. You know, I take you like this one, okay, like happy going, look happy, look going. You say, oh, okay, okay, I just come give you visa, this one you look good. The coach is happy. You call police. Even if you have money, you understand? Call police. Are you? My boyfriend, Zambia can seem fair. Okay, no problem. No. I call police. What are you doing? You have to give me money. Call police. You call me, say, some come here. Give me money. Call. No. It's too much chicken in here.
No, listen to me. What are you talking about? What is it?
Your money, you want to give me. This one mine. We both no. You call this one come here. Even the this one house giving me money. Even the teaching giving me money.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about right now? Do it, please. What are you talking about right now?
Don't take giving me money. Look, get out.
What you want? What you want?
他今天不给钱，不给房间费用，不给老子机票钱，今天晚上给老子滚出去！这老子来这一套。
Okay.
A year passes by. Nothing is heard from the story. Another year later, the Zambian Immigration Department with the Drug Enforcement Agency apprehends 13 Chinese nationals, 2 Vietnamese, and 2 Zambian drivers for engaging in commercial sex activities with some named casinos. Among the arrested, 36-year-old Chinese national Lai Aoping. Lai is also the masterminder in the internet fraud syndicate operated by Golden Top Support Services. Different crimes, same faces. Should the Zambian government be tolerant and forgiving to those who are arrested and deported for engaging in criminal activities? Who is benefiting and protecting the bad investor? Where does the money go? How does it leave Zambia? For News Diggers, I'm Joseph Mwenda.